Hey guys, my name's Krill, and my friends say I'm a misanthrope, and I'm not. They're wrong. I'm not a misanthrope, not at all. They couldn't be more wrong. And why are they so wrong? Because they're people, right? And people are just shitty. They're fucking short-sighted, dim-witted, walking, talking garbage. And that's what my friends are, and that's why they're wrong. So no, I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a reasonably happy guy. Reasonably. Which means I'm deeply unhappy. But that's reasonable. And we really have to think about this, about what's reasonable, so we can set our expectations in proportion to reality, right? Because that's where we live. We live in shitty, awful, cold, cruel reality. This isn't a John Hughes movie or a fucking Bronte sisters novel. This is real life. And it sucks. And it's supposed to suck. If you're deeply unhappy, you've succeeded. Stop complaining and just wait silently for death. It's coming. It's when you start insisting on happiness that you go from deeply unhappy to profoundly unhappy. And people just weren't put on this planet by a God who doesn't give a shit about them or exist to be profoundly unhappy, right? We're meant for more than that. We're meant to be deeply unhappy. And it's not a test or a punishment or a lesson or anything like that. It's just part of being a human animal. Part of being an animal, really. It's how we're built. And I don't mean like built by some like transcendent celestial intellect. I mean by billions of years of shitty, filthy animals mindlessly killing and fucking each other and passing on their genes. Right? I mean evolution. That's why deeply unhappy is actually the highest form of human joy. Think about it. It's pretty easy to have lots of kids and not die nowadays. But it wasn't always like that. Before like 200 years ago, people died all the time. Like, congratulations, medieval peasant woman, on the pregnancy. Now, help us dig these two graves, one for you and one for the unborn child that's going to spend all 3 minutes of their miserable existence tearing you to shreds beyond any repair, right? Oh, you managed to get laid, Revolutionary Era soldier? Congrats. Here's a box for all the syphilitic limbs you're about to lose. Hope the pussy was good. Those were the risks we humans faced when we were becoming humans, and those are not risks happy people take. Happiness is comfortable. There's no need to change anything about happiness. Deeply unhappy? That's motivation. You had to be deeply unhappy to not give a shit about your shitty, miserable life enough to take the kind of risks you needed to take to maybe procreate, right? And if you failed, you still got to die, so it was kind of win-win. And don't kid yourself, just because life's gotten prettier and nicer and easier doesn't mean we aren't all still walking around with the same exact deeply unhappy genes as some fucking dirty, illiterate, filthy caveman 100,000 years ago, right? People are just generally the same level of unhappy no matter where they are, right? Because people are all generally the same kind of animal. Think about an Indian kid born in fucking the slums of Calcutta, right? So this Indian kid, he's born without arms, right? Because his mom drank from and shit into the same fucking river some Western energy company uses to wash off their plutonium rods, right? So the kid has no arms, but he has hands, just hand flippers on his shoulders, where arms are supposed to be. Do you think that kid's deeply unhappy? Of course he's fucking deeply unhappy. He's a land animal with useless flippers where arms should be. Okay? Fucking right he's unhappy. Now, think about yourself in your life. You're in New York City, you're drinking fancy, non-poisonous drinks with hands attached to arms, secure in the knowledge that should you even feel a little queasy, an ambulance will rush down paved streets, pick your ass up, take you to one of the most advanced hospitals in the world, staffed by some of the world's best trained doctors, and you'll be fucking fine. Your life is fucking magical. And are you any more happy than Ishtar the Flipper Boy? No, probably not, right? Like, 'cause you find your reasons. You find your reasons to be unhappy. Like, oh, my six-figure job isn't satisfying, or like, my wife and my mistress don't get along, or like, whatever it is, you know? Like, you have it. You have your fucking nonsense that you're unhappy about, and you're deeply unhappy, just like Ishtar the Flipper Boy, right? And that's just because we're animals, and our animal bodies affect who we are as individuals and socially. Like, for instance, have you guys heard about the clitoral penis? Huh? Alright, well, it's fucking great. It's like a brilliant innovation, right? So some species, their females have these huge, tubular, fleshy, dangling clits, okay? And they're like pretty much indistinguishable from cocks. You know, they just kind of dangle there under them, right? And in order to have sex, these females have to intentionally take their fleshy, long, hollow clit and turn it inside out. Alright, so one thing that these species don't have, that humans have, is rape. Because, you know, no clitoral penis flip, no love, you know? So that's just their animal bodies dictating who they are as individuals and socially, right? And all of these societies are matriarchal. And I think that's really no coincidence, given their anatomy, right? And I was listening to this on NPR, and I couldn't help but think about the applications to human society, you know? And then I couldn't help thinking, like, that's fucked up. Like, why should we apply the clitoral penis to human females? You know, like, that's wrong. We can't do it. It's impossible. We cannot do it. And it's not impossible in the practical sense. Like, I'm sure that there's some fucked up, like, drug-addled, pervert, sicko geneticist that'll slap an elephant clit onto a little girl. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is we can't do it morally. You know? Like, just because we can move closer to gender equality with the clitoral penis doesn't mean we need to force our women to wear a clitoral penis, right? Like, that's not the answer to rape. It's not the answer. The answer is, like, we make a decision to not rape, right? Because we're humans, and we make choices, right? So, that's just the way it is, right? Like, no clitoral penis, just because the penis-vagina architecture makes it possible to rape, doesn't mean we get to fucking rape, right? But there's a million ways in which we're animals, and that affects our behavior, and no one fucking questions it, you know? Like, I want you to picture the person that you love the most in the world, right? Picture that person. Couldn't imagine your life without him. Now, picture sneaking up behind him, right? And just fucking clocking them in the back of the head with a blackjack, and knocking their ass out, erasing their memory, taking their unconscious crumpled body, stuffing it into a rocket ship, sending that rocket ship on a 9-month journey to an alien planet that this person is totally unfamiliar with and hasn't consented to go to. And this alien planet, full of aliens, and they're all fucking fucked up and insecure and neurotic. And 2 of these aliens are going to find your loved one. And they're going to put all their insecurities and their neurosis into that person. Right? Like, is that okay to do? No, that's fucked up. It's not okay to do. And if you think it's okay to do, you're fucked up. Right? So, why the fuck are we still having kids? How's that any different? Right? Like, to do that to someone, to force them to fucking exist because you had a fucking impulse? That's fucked up. Like, take me, for instance. I enjoy my life plenty, and I'm pretty grateful for it, but I have psoriasis. A little bit, right? And maybe that's my fucking line, right? Maybe my line is having psoriasis a little bit. Maybe I can deal with the depression, the anxiety, the fucking addiction, the heartache, the disappointment, the boredom, all the bullshit. But my line is psoriasis a little bit, right? And you thought it was fucking cute to coo at a little baby in a crib, and now I have to walk around with psoriasis a little bit? Fuck you, right? By the way, guys, my mom's here tonight. Mom, raise your hand. There she is. Fuck you. Love you, Ma. Alright, well, that's all I have. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.